Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where last episode, for two primary reasons, we became a protectorate of Britain. Deliberately. We very deliberately did that. They did not demand it, but that gives us access to the British market, and they'll now protect us from people like Russia. So that'll be absolutely great for us. We don't need to worry about that going forward. We are running a bit of a deficit right now, and we're building a bunch of ports so that we're more easily connected to the British market. That is quite important. Russia has declared Prussia to be their rival. I mean, I would too if my name was that similar. So, fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. We're going to get these ports done, and then we're going to resume work on the iron mines. It's not going to be too much longer before all of these ports are completed. We are going to be going negative financially fairly soon, but we do have about 10 weeks left of construction time there. So I think this is actually reasonably fine here. We're not going to pause our construction if we can get away with it. We are going to bring up our taxation a little bit, but in exchange, we might end up balancing it out by dropping some of these consumption taxes, which would be good to do. We've been wanting to do that for a while now. Oil's been discovered in Guyana. Okay, sure. So for the moment, that's fine, and public health insurance is going to be a big deal for us on our projected pop growth. That's already on its way upwards, which is very, very good for our economy, but we want it to go further up. No doubt about that. So we'll see what happens with public health insurance here, and I think, yeah, we'll let this go for about another 10 weeks at this level. This will be fine. But we can definitely dial in our taxation levels by raising our taxes and ditching consumption taxes, which we've been wanting to do this whole time, right? I've not wanted to have these consumption taxes where they are, but it is temporarily a thing that is going to happen. We do get an additional 10% success chance with that debate, so that's great. We're already in consideration, so that's looking good. The only state that we have that is of a significant concern right now is, of course, Sakhalin. That is, however, at full market access, so that is a very good sign. Pop growth is very slow here, no doubt about that. And the ports are not tremendously well set up, but ditching the iron mines was what was necessary there for the time being. We need to get more people up there, and to that end, like, the problem up here in Sakhalin isn't actually qualifications. The problem up here is there's just no people, right? If we look at the workforce, there's 250 people here. That's the problem up there. So we do need to do something like a greener grass campaign up this direction. Like, we need to get some migration attraction there. But we're not really in a position to do that just yet. We still have 137k in our gold reserves. Okay, noted. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bump up our taxation right now. Then we're going to ditch our consumption tax on glass and our consumption tax on tea and luxury furniture. Can we afford to ditch it on tobacco? Yes, but on luxury clothes, no. So for right now, this is acceptable, even if we start running a small deficit. But that does open us up a lot of extra authority, which is great, because that means that we can continue to promote social mobility in Chugoku and Shikoku, and also potentially run a greener grass campaign up here in Sakhalin, which would be absolutely phenomenal to do. Our current migration attraction up here is low, but we really do need to get more people here. Very, very badly. So that brings it up to medium of 18. Hopefully we'll start to see some migration come in here, but I kind of doubt it. We have a lot of jobs to fill down here first, but we'll see how that runs. For the moment, we have 191 authority. That's fine. We can put in another consumption tax if we need to, but hopefully we don't need to. China is improving relations with us. Cool. And there's all of those ports done. So coal is currently still expensive. I'm still fine with building up all of these iron mines for the moment, but we're not okay with building anything at all in Sakhalin just for right now. Eventually, we'll be interested in it, but if there's anything in here that is not already at the end of the list, it will need to be moved. Okay. I'm going to move these coal mines here, and we did bring this up to adoption. Our education investment has also increased. That's great. This rice farm in Kansai, I'll just move up to the top. I don't think this is intended to be at the bottom, but all of these in Sakhalin absolutely move to the bottom after we build the coal mines in Hokkaido. And then we've got iron mines and coal mines. Yes, that is more like what we're angling for. Cool. So that's okay. We want to get those built, but not for a while. Not for a while. I am actually shocked that building our barracks in Kanto did not make our small arms expensive. The only thing I can figure is that has to be because Britain is producing a lot of them. That's the only thing I can figure there. If we look at the current price of small arms, yeah, this must be because of Britain. It's definitely not something we did. So that's okay. No problem whatsoever there. We're seeing our radicalism not really tick down. It's holding fairly steady, but the number of loyalists is coming up. So that is good. That is excellent to see. Public health insurance is going to be done here in, well, maybe this tick. That would be great if it was done this tick. We'd be very happy about that. Where are we at for our mechanized workshops? 6 months on that. Okay, now that we're a protectorate of Britain, we should be seeing things like, chemical bleaching in just 7 days here. That would be nice. No doubt about that. We are seeing a small deficit here, which I'm not surprised about. Coal, iron, glass. And market access in Tohoku is dropping substantially. So here's a question. Is that due to infrastructure? No, it is not. Yes, it is. Okay, what do we got going on here? +5 railways? And we just don't have people working here. Okay, we should subsidize that then. Noted. So that is now subsidized. Sure, we'll get some enactment success chance here. I would have preferred something else, for sure, but that'll be fine. So this is going to bring the market access back up. That just needed to be subsidized. No big deal there. We do have a lot of private constructions ongoing, but that's completely fine. Chemical bleaching is now done, giving us bone china and paper bleaching. So let's see about going down to bone china. I think that's completely fine. And paper bleaching should be good too. Yes. That looks great as well. So no problem there. Scandinavia is no longer damaging relations. We're not shocked about this. There's a munitions plant being built in our private constructions. Okay, I like it. So all of these iron mines are going to be done fairly soon. At this point, we're mostly just letting our economy soar, right? We want to build through everything that we've got here and get all of these raw resources extracting. That is going to be pretty ideal, but a big part of this is just going to be our literacy coming up. That is going to be very, very good for us. Our literacy coming up, our population coming up, and our standard of living coming up. That's the idea. We're almost to the point where we can cut our taxes again. Almost. Do we want to get rid of our consumption taxes? Maybe the one on services, but that's going to be quite expensive. All of these are quite expensive. But I would like to get rid of them. That would be ideal. I want to check in on this situation up here. Okay, so population attraction here is still considered low. Noted. I'm looking for internal migration up here. 39 people per year is not great, right? It's definitely not great. At least we have some people working in this logging camp. That's fine. Vast sums of money flowing into politics, you say. So this is up to a 64% chance of passage now. That's looking great. I do want to check in on our institution situation. Okay, nothing really to be done here yet. That will change. That will absolutely change. So our education access is as good as it's going to get right now. No doubt about that. One thing I wish was available, particularly in this tab here, is open jobs. Just add a line here, open jobs, and it just sums up how many jobs do we have open in the entire country. That would be very useful information. I wish it had that. Unfortunately, it does not. But that's okay. We're going to get these iron mines done. We're going to finish up mechanized workshops very, very quickly here. That's going to get us a lot of additional production methods. And then we should probably, let's see here. Fieldworks is being worked on right now. Breech loading artillery? That might be okay. That'll take 3 years to research. Yeah, let's get that underway. We definitely do want to be working on our military technologies. So let's get some of these productions going. We're now in a position where our economy is going to snowball from here, and that's absolutely great. We're really pleased about that. So I think that was all that we had available right now for changing overproduction methods for the moment. Yeah, that's fine. Steel railway cars is spreading to us. Okay, cool. We should theoretically, yep, pass public health insurance here. Beautiful. So next up, we can bring our health system straight on up. How expensive is that going to be? Probably pretty expensive in terms of the bureaucracy cost. But to be honest, we have a lot of bureaucracy surplus, so I'm not too concerned about that. Now, looking through these laws here, we could go back to serfdom. No, thank you. We're still on isolationism for our trade policy, which is not ideal. We're on closed borders, which is not ideal either. We would really like to move to something like even migration controls. Okay, let's take a look at our government here. If we were hypothetically to ditch the Buddhist monks, so I want to go into a reform here. If we were to, no, that's not the button I'm looking for. If we were to do something like this, we could get the Buddhist monks in here and the samurai. I don't think there's any real way that we would be able to get like the rural folk in here. I would also like to move to compulsory primary school. The trade unions would endorse this. Regulatory bodies would be great as well. Again, the trade unions would endorse this. So getting the trade unions into government would be great, but they are, I think, marginalized right now. Okay. There's not a lot that we can do on that front at this moment. We could think about potentially... Yeah, I'd like to go to proportional taxation. Again, we would need pretty much trade unions. Okay. So we do want to work on the trade unions then. Noted. We'll tick on forward. I suppose we could potentially put some of this authority into getting our trade unions ramped up a little bit here. So they're currently marginalized. We could think about bolstering them. Oh, we need 200 for that. Okay. That is a lot. We could drop a consumption tax in favor of that, and I think we'll do it. So we're going to remove this consumption tax, and then we can go into the trade unions and bolster them. Okay. So that'll do for now. We're going to continue to cruise through our iron mine constructions. We have a journal available. Oh, we can urbanize the shogunate? Not yet, we can't. 70% has the urban centers upgraded enough. Okay. So taking a look at this, we've definitely been putting our unemployed people to work and our peasants to work as well. That's great. All we needed was really the education access, right? So that's absolutely fine. Up here, we definitely do have a population growth issue. It has substantially improved, though. So that's good. Just bringing up our health system is going to help that tremendously. But there's other things that we can do to help it as well. We're just not quite there yet. Radicalism is definitely ticking downward now. We could think about dropping another consumption tax. The question is, what would we spend the authority on? And right now, I don't know that we would spend it on anything. We're probably better off going for a full-on tax reduction at this point. That said, we're not quite to that point yet. Coal, glass, tools, and steel are all expensive, and our market access is dropping a bit. Is Britain at war? Yeah, that's a British British military revolt. Okay, so that is, that's going to be what's going on there. So the British Republic, huh? We can't demand their independence right now because they're a committed participant in this diplomatic play. We could start up an independence play. They're very busy right now. No doubt about that. It would definitely be interesting, but we don't want to do that right now. We simply don't. The only reason we became their protectorate was to prevent people like Russia from attacking us, and we still need to do that. So that'll be fine. There's a glass input goods shortage in the British market. Okay, well, we can definitely work on addressing that a bit. So we can go to glassworks. Coal shortage as well. Noted. Okay. So a lot of this is probably just due to low market access due to the British War, right? So that's fine. I'm going to Incanto take this all the way up, and this is going to be kind of insane, but I'm going to take it all the way up to the current economy of scale cap, which should be, I believe, 31 right now. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, looks good. So we're going to get these glassworks going. That'll be fine. We'll just address these a few at a time. So glass for right now, we can't work on electricity, but we can work on glass, we can work on tools, we can work on steel. We've been working on iron, and we're going to be back to working on iron. So that'll be okay. Let's get these glassworks underway. We're definitely running a deficit right now, and this is basically entirely due to this British war, right? No doubt about that one. There's some significant wars going on here, and I'm wondering how this is actually going. The British military is going to win that, almost certainly. Noted. So we're currently at 1456 for our power projection. Compare that to the current Britain power projection of 1439. And the Russian one of 3000. Yeah, that'll need some work. No doubt about that. We have a fair amount of tooling workshops being built in our private constructions, so I'm not too concerned about that one. This deficit is basically entirely due to subsidies at this point. Well, not basically entirely, but it's due to subsidies, which is itself due to market access issues. This is the problem with being part of the British market, right? They get into a lot of wars, and this sort of thing happens. We just have to be able to weather it, and that should be fine. So we could certainly think about expelling the Korean diplomats. We could certainly fight Korea. We could almost fight Korea and China, but not exactly. We'd need to definitely ramp up our military a bit more for that, which is fine. We can definitely do that. No doubt about that. We can build a lot of additional barracks. So that would be fine. We've got these glassworks that are going to be done in a while. Glass is still expensive, and we can see market access is on its way up. So we're just taking advantage of this glass situation for the time being. And that's completely fine. I want to check in on population up here. Okay. About 100 per year. It's better. It definitely needs more work. As we work up our health system, this is going to get a lot better, a lot faster. So that'll be very, very good. No doubt about that. We're going to be turning a profit very soon again. I want to check to see... Yeah, this battle is... Or rather, this war is still ongoing. So we're going to be turning a profit very soon. We're not in debt right now. All is looking good. We just need to get all this finished. And our GDP is currently about 100 million. Our current literacy rate is still skyrocketing, which we fully expect. We fully expect that. So our glassworks are about 3 weeks away from finishing. Looks great. We would like to urbanize here, but that's being worked on. And our population is growing by 1.25% annually, which is... It's okay. We could definitely use more. No doubt about that one. So we're going to be finishing up glassworks as of now. This will all be over in Kanto. And the question is, oh, we do have plenty of peasants here. And they have qualifications to fill all current vacancies. So that'll be absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever there. That's absolutely great. We're working on additional railways here as well. Yep, this will be fine. So we're just going up to the economy of scale cap, and glass is going to absolutely tank in price from this. That is expected. We're still working on iron mines behind this, so that looks great. Iron is no longer considered expensive. Coal is. Tools are still a little bit on the expensive side, and we may want to ramp up man-o'-wars production again just to export them to Britain. Yeah, let's do that for now. We can expand our clipper production. That'll be fine. We can export these to Britain at this point, so it's great. We're absolutely happy to do that. Cool. So market access is currently 87%. We fully expect this. This is due to the war. No problem whatsoever there. These glassworks are going to be done very, very soon. And we're working on quite a lot of iron mines behind them. Out in Hokkaido, to be sure. So that's going to be a little bit problematic up here. But pop growth here is growing by about 700 annually. We want to see that continue to grow. Things are going to be a little rough out here. But it should be okay. Standard of living is still struggling, and that's interesting to me. I would have expected standard of living here to be substantially better. Maybe still impoverished, but substantially better in Hokkaido. What do we got going on here? We can check here. Lower strata pops. Yeah. Well, we're definitely working on it. It will improve. It'll definitely improve. So that's okay. We definitely need to continue to produce additional structures here. Our health system has gone up to level 2, so that alone boosts up our pop growth by like 0.3% annually. That's pretty significant. Or maybe like 0.25%. That is pretty significant. We want to be targeting at least like 1.5. But really, I want to be targeting like, right now, 3. 3 would be ideal. We're a long ways from 3. We did finish urbanizing the Japanese shogunate, which is fantastic. And, yep, it shines like never before. We're going to finish these glassworks in 5 weeks. We are quite negative financially right now. That is because our market access is continuing to drop, and the price of coal is continuing to be up there. Not shocking. Not shocking at all. This should be over pretty soon, to be honest. The British military are going to take that over. It's not a problem. So we're going to finish up these glassworks and be back to building iron mines. That's fine. We were just addressing a temporary issue there, although we're going to need the glassworks later, so we're still happy to build them. So that'll all be absolutely fine. Down here in Kanto, we can see, yeah, we definitely employed a fair number of peasants there. Definitely. So that's looking great. No problem whatsoever there. Is there a reason to auto-expanding anymore? I'm not sure there is. That's kind of what, like, private construction has kind of taken that over for me. It's different circumstances, right? But it's kind of taken over auto-expansion for me. I feel like we don't need to auto-expand really anymore on these later versions of the game, so that's fine. Our GDP has definitely dropped off. This is because of that British war. No doubt about that. And we're running a deficit for right now. We're okay. Our gold reserves are holding out for the moment. This war should be over fairly soon, right? Yeah, I definitely think that'll be the case. I hope that'll be the case anyway. There's modern sewerage being unlocked. Okay, that'll get us some extra base infrastructure, I suppose. That's fine. And our iron mines in Hokkaido are going to be done soon. This is the last of the iron mines other than the ones up in Sakhalin, which we don't really want to build these. Not until we have more population here. Currently 3 population growth? Yikes. That is rough. No doubt about that. Things are grim up here. We're working on it. We may actually want to drop the migration, because that's not actually doing anything, right? We may want to drop the migration here. I'd like to get people up here. That's what we need more than anything. But road maintenance might be the way to go. I mean, I don't know that that's actually going to do anything either. Yeah, we barely get anything there. 0.39 from road maintenance. It helps a little, but really not very much. We need people up here, is what we need. So we'll see about getting that done. Hopefully. The population is growing by 1 annually. That is really grim up here. No doubt about that. We're basically out of cash right now, and I'm going to consider ramping our taxes up here. And we're still running a bit of a deficit. I don't want to raise taxes higher than this. But we're going to need Britain to end their war eventually. No doubt about that. Anytime you want to end this, Britain, that would be nice. They don't want to right now. That's for sure. And so we're continuing to see this sink at this moment. Interest is going to be a little painful, but mostly it's paper. I mean, iron. But sure. Let's get these done in Hokkaido. How are we actually doing on getting our Hokkaido iron mines? Okay, there's nobody here. Gotcha. Pop growth here is decent, though. So 0.86k per year. It's not great, but we're definitely working our way through it. Infrastructure is a problem in Hokkaido. So we want to get these ports worked up in their employment, right? No doubt about that. Getting these ports done would be very useful. Very, very useful indeed. So this is slipping away a little bit, and it's basically all Britain's fault. Pretty much all Britain's fault. Market access is a problem right now. And yes, standard of living in Sakhalin is bad. No doubt about it. It's bad in Hokkaido as well. For now, we don't have any real way to do, like, welfare. Welfare would be the way to handle this. Poor laws would be ideal right now. We have no way to do it. Industrialists would endorse it. Maybe we could get that done. If we were to reform this to bring in the industrialists, obviously this puts us down to 24. What if we ditch the Buddhist monks out of it? 44? It's not ideal, but it would work. Yeah, this would work, I think. So let's confirm that for now, and then we would want to come down here and enact poor laws. So that is basically what we need, right? We need some form of welfare, but we don't need too much. Britain is currently domineering towards us. Are we no longer their protectorate? No, we are. We are their protectorate. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We're going to improve relations with them. They just ended their war. So we should, in theory, start to see these market accesses coming up. Although it just went down. We gonna go up? No. It is continuing to go down. What's going on with that, then? I mean, there's a South African revolt. Maybe that has something to do with it, but I think it's shipping lane effectiveness. Or infrastructure. No. Infrastructure is only a problem in Hokkaido. Okay. So that's noted. We are probably going to need to further raise our taxes here, which I really don't like doing. But this market access is a big problem. For sure. The market capital is, of course, overseas, and we can look at these shipping lanes here and say, what is going on here? Why is this at 66% effectiveness? I think we just need more convoys. We have 33 port connections. Sure. So, supply network strength is 100% here. Got it. Uh-huh. Our health system investment has gone up to 3. That is good. And at this point, we would need to... Let's see. Our market capital is what it is. I don't think that we need to move that. Our problem here is that British shipping lane effectiveness is 65%. How many convoys are available versus required? So they're produced by ports and are required to operate shipping lanes. We do not have the ability to change this. We've got a maximum number of ports. Clippers are not currently expensive. So all we would need at this point is probably on Britain's end. This is probably an issue on Britain's end, possibly due to their war in South Africa. Although looking at this, I would not expect this to actually be a problem. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. So looking up over here, we can see the British shipping lane effectiveness is indeed 65%. So that's fine. We need more convoys. How can we get them? I don't think we can do anything via decrees. Road maintenance would not improve that. Yeah, we're basically maxed out for ports at this point. And market access continues to drop. So I think we just need to wait and see after this war, which it is over. Britain is currently fighting against Mashona, but that shouldn't be a problem. Is this going to continue to drop? It's not going up, that's for sure. Okay. We're going to have no choice but to pause construction fairly soon. Our public address here has gone awry, but we'll make a show of a rewrite, bringing up the success chance here. That's fine. We do need to get these poor laws going, but market access is a big problem for us right now. No doubt about that. It is time to put a cut in here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll see what we can do about this market access. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.